Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robbins. We got some big stories to get to you today, but before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window because we got a beautiful Thursday afternoon. A real reprieve from some of the rainy, colder weather that we've been seeing. A lot of sun, not too hot and not going to get too hot, of course, for the next several days. Looking at the weather through the upcoming Thanksgiving week, you're going to see 40s most of the days. A little bit of clouds moving in the early part and middle of next week, but should be back to current conditions just around in time for Thursday. Any kind of gathering you're having, I hope it's small, but it should have good weather for that event. But now a few of the stories that we're following for you tonight. The Eastmont School District has put the brakes on a return to classes for its middle grade levels. The mayor of Moses Lake pleads for pandemic safety during the upcoming holiday. And Eastern Washington legislators return to key leadership spots among Republicans in the State House. But first, we begin tonight with COVID-19 news out of the Chelan-Douglas Health District. The district's reporting a single-day record for new COVID-19 cases on Thursday, with 105 people testing positive in the two counties. It's the first triple-digit day since the pandemic began. That comes on the heels of 92 reported new positive tests on Wednesday. In response to the surge in cases, the health district has expanded its drive-through testing to ease the burden on Confluence Health and Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth, who have seen the demand for testing soar. In addition to free drive-through testing already scheduled for this Saturday and Sunday at Wenatchee High School, there will be testing offered November 25th and the 27th through 30th, all from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. In addition, testing is going on today and Friday in Kashmir, and additional days may be added. The weekly thermographic chart put out by the Chelan-Douglas Health District showing the status of COVID-19 transmission in our valley took another disturbing jump yesterday as a result of some of these new numbers. The district says the two counties now show a rate of 632 new cases for every 100,000 members of the population. That's a measure to express how fast and wide the virus is spreading. Facial masking, social distancing, and avoiding large gatherings are considered key to stopping the spread until a vaccine is obtained. Well, Eastmont has joined the Wenatchee School District in putting a hold on students returning to classrooms as COVID-19 cases continue to climb in the community. Superintendent Garn Christensen said Wednesday a hybrid model of half classroom instruction and half online will continue for grades preschool through 4th, but plans for a similar return for grades 5th through 7th have been paused. Christensen said no dates have been set for bringing those students back to school. And the mayor of Moses Lake is among those calling now for Thanksgiving celebrations without large gatherings. Health experts say COVID-19 is spreading easily in social gatherings, and group events like Thanksgiving could be a prime vector for transmission. In a letter to his city on Wednesday, Mayor David Kernell said, quote, "On Thanksgiving, please keep your holiday gathering to a minimum by gathering only with people who live with you. I know this is a hard request because Thanksgiving is traditionally a time to gather with extended family and friends. Making difficult choices now will help save lives. Thank you for making this sacrifice." Kernell has been mayor since January and a city council member since 2010. He also happens to be a physician with Confluence Health. Now, coming up next, one inmate pleads guilty to a jailhouse assault while his alleged accomplice faces a federal trial. And a local charity steps up to coordinate food relief for coronavirus patients in Douglas County. I'm Jefferson Robbins. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today. 509-663-7900.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. One of two men charged with beating a fellow inmate in the Chelan County Jail has now pleaded guilty. 34-year-old Joshua James Cornwell was jailed on drug charges last May when he attacked the inmate, leaving him with a fractured orbital bone around his right eye. He pleaded guilty to second-degree assault and possession of meth and received a 1-year sentence. The second suspect in the assault, 40-year-old Rafael Lima of Wenatchee, was indicted last month on a federal charge of possessing a firearm despite a felony conviction. Lima faces trial in Spokane Federal Court in December. I'll serve Wenatchee Valley as managing food distribution for Douglas County residents who must isolate due to coronavirus. The aid group has been contracted by the county to bring food to residents who do not have secure access to food during quarantine. Qualifying coronavirus patients will be referred to the program by their medical provider. Under the program, Douglas County has funding to provide food for 400 families of 4 per month. And Eastern Washington legislators have earned leadership spots among Republicans in the State House. When the House reconvenes in January, Wakanda Representative Joel Kretz will return as deputy party leader, a position he's held for the last 14 years. Kretz, who's a rancher, has been known as an opponent of policies preserving Washington's gray wolves. His fellow representative, Jacqueline Maycumber of Republic, was named floor leader for the second time. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, meet a very special girl who experienced a very special day, courtesy of local volunteers. Dan Coots will be along with the weather and sports, that and more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Here's to 5 billion miles of amazing. 5 billion miles of...
This is so cool.
5 billion miles of helping you stay safe. 5 billion miles of passing the pump. 5 billion miles of... That's 5 billion miles driven around the world. The all-electric 2020 Nissan Leaf.
The extended range 2020 Leaf is now available at Town Nissan, right behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because when it came back, both of my parents went to Dr. Davis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, when you're really passionate about something, they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth, they're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Davis. Please call us today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Wenatchee police, sheriff's deputies, and Chelan County firefighters showed up in force on Sunday to participate in a special day for a girl who's been battling cancer most of her young life. 4-year-old Danica, sometimes known as Danica the Brave, has had numerous surgeries and extended hospital stays during her cancer fight. Wellness Place produced this video to capture the special day. Good luck to you, Danica, and to all your family. Now, with this evening's weather outlook, we turn to our friend Dan Kuntz.
Yes, Jefferson, Dan Kuntz filling in for Grant Olson, who can really talk about the weather probably better than I, but I'm going to take a run at it. Anyways, we look at our beautiful view from Jump Off Ridge, and what a gorgeous day it was today. Gobs of gooey good sunshine, and we're going to be sticking with this gooey good sunshine not only for the rest of the day today, well, it's dark now, but then Friday and Saturday is going to be a beautiful stretch of weather. We have a weak high pressure ridge that's kind of made its presence felt, which is why we have the sunshine. Done with the clouds and the rain for a while until we get to Sunday. Details are coming up again from Jump Off Ridge. Beautiful views. You can see Jump Off Ridge higher in elevation still has some snow on the ground, and they probably will be. The overnight lows will be right about the freezing mark, but they got some snow up on Jump Off Ridge. There's more coming for them anyway. Later on next week for the valley floor proper. Not a lot to talk about, but what a gorgeous day. Wenatchee Valley way off in the distance, the Stamil Basin down below you. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of the weather. First of all, of course, our almanac. Today's high 46 degrees, just a couple of degrees above normal. Right around 42 is our normal, as you can see. Got down to the freezing mark this morning, right around sunrise. Our normal overnight low is a little below that. So we had a slightly milder day, not dramatically milder, but milder nevertheless. I remember the winter of 1985. Yeah, 4 degrees. Cold. God, it was a cold winter. I remember it well. We had 9 hours and 8 minutes of daylight today. We're going to lose about 2.5 minutes of daylight throughout the course of this period until we get to the first day of winter coming up on December 21st. A little bit of light rain. Precipitation today, we're starting to catch up a little bit after our very, very dry summer and really right on into early fall, but we're still a little behind on the rain gauge. All right, let's move forward to take a look at what we got. These will be tomorrow morning's afternoon highs, and just like it was yesterday when we visited last, they're going to be very consistent. Not a lot of change across the board. Moses Lake in the basin, as you can see, 46, Ephrata 45, Quincy 44, Wenatchee 46, Cashmere 44, Antioch 46. Everybody will be bathed in sunlight tomorrow. We're going to have a few more passing clouds on Friday than we did today, but outside of that, temperatures right about normal, maybe a little bit above normal. Lake Wenatchee prone to some chillier temperatures, and you can see up in Omak, they'll be right about normal for this time of the year for our friends up in the Omak Valley, right around 40 degrees. So again, very pleasant weather. We love high pressure. Not a lot going on out there, as you can see. It's just, there's really no weather to speak of that's going to come in and visit us for the next 72 hours or so. Jet stream is up above Canada is what's going on. So lots of sunshine today, slightly warmer than normal temperatures. Nothing is out there really to get in our way. So the high pressure ridge, although not very strong, it's not well entrenched, it's strong enough to bump any kind of other weather out of our way for the next, really right on into Saturday night. Things are going to change a little bit on Sunday. Saturday, lots of sunshine, very little wind, very little precipitation involved. You're going to want to enjoy Saturday because that looks to be about the nicest day for you sun worshipers out there for quite some time, because things are going to start changing on Sunday. Sun's going to take the day off on Sunday. We're going to have lots of clouds, maybe even a raindrop. The snow level is going to be pretty low, about 1,700 feet, but there's not going to be a lot of moisture in the air on Sunday, so I wouldn't worry about that a great deal. But the chance of moisture and precipitation really starts picking up on Monday. We're going to start seeing some systems lined up and pay us a visit. Quite a bit of cloud cover, about a 30% chance of rain on Monday, as you can see, and we'll be right around normal, 42 degrees. Chance of rain goes up, however, on Tuesday, and the snow level goes down. So measurable snow in the valley, probably not, because as you can see, our afternoon high will be in the mid-40s. Whatever snow we get early Tuesday morning is going to dissipate and be out of here. But there will be some locations, especially on the east slopes of the Cascades, where they're going to see some snow that may stick to the ground. Cascades are going to get a lot of snow. Heads up on this. And that's going to start on Tuesday night and really lasting all the way through Thanksgiving week. And maybe even in Thanksgiving weekend, they're calling for some significant snowfall, heavy snowfall, and delayed travel conditions in the mountain passes. I want to give you a heads up on that. So there's going to be quite a bit of snow up in the Cascades. Down here in the valley, pretty benign, pretty quiet November weather. We're going to see if we get any kind of precipitation here in Wenatchee. It'll come down in the form of rain. But again, heavy snow is in the forecast for next week for the Cascade Mountains. So let's take a look at it. Here is your 7-day forecast, and it looks pretty darn nice, doesn't it? 46 degrees with lots of sunshine today, 46 degrees with light wind on Friday. Saturday, a little bit cooler with a high of only 43. Again, mostly sunny skies, just a couple passing clouds here and there. Things will start changing Saturday night. Sunday, lots of clouds, very little chance of rain, 20% chance of rain. If that happens at all, it'll be late on Sunday afternoon. Cooler, high of about 40, which is normal for this time of the year. And then we start seeing that parade of storms. Everybody loves a parade, maybe not. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as you can see, temperatures will be slightly above normal, fairly mild actually for late November, but the chance of rain in the lower elevations and snow in the upper elevations will increase as we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving. And once again, heavy snow in the mountain passes begins on Tuesday night. That's your weather forecast. We'll be back. I'll be handling sports duties and more. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. From the ocean to the mountains to the forest in between, vacation time can be a fun time. But not if your car breaks down. Call Global Car Care today. Have a service approved over $150 on your vehicle, and Global Car Care will donate an oil change service to one of our local heroes at Confluence Health. Look for more incentives online. Global Car Care cares about their community.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue.
Currently, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is open for dine-in and take-out. Owner Justin Hefner and his staff are just as excited as you to get back to their regularly scheduled full menu, music, and poker. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is serving a limited menu for lunch and dinner, dine-in or take-out.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, sports fans. Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Granstrom, taking some well-deserved time off. Good for you, Eric. It's remarkable if you think about it. The NFL has played over half of its season so far, but no real big-time COVID problems, and the Seahawks are among them. In fact, the Seahawks have had no positive COVID-19 tests at all so far this year. It's something that the Seahawks are quite proud of. Yesterday, the NFL came out with what they're calling a intensive COVID protocol, and Pete Carroll says for the Seahawks, that means just some minor adjustments.
The guidelines, and I haven't seen them all specifically yet, but what I understand, though, the virtual aspect of our meeting times and stuff will be amplified. We'll step up with that portion of our stuff. We'll have less interaction here in the facility, except for walkthroughs and practice, and so it's not a problem for us. We just have to have our time frames. We've already had it worked out in anticipation that this could happen, and so we may adjust some as we see how it goes. But we have a real thought that how we'll do it, and it means more virtual meetings is what you call for, and less this kind of interaction time here in the facility. So we'll do whatever we're going to follow to the letter of the law, and continue to really have an attitude that we can pull this thing off. And I think the mentality of it is as important as anything, because it has to carry over into all aspects and all facets of everybody's lives. And that conscience and that rule number one, awareness, is crucial. So we'll just go along with it and fit it together and try to make a real good go of it.
Of course, it's a short week for the Seahawks. They lost to LA in LA on Sunday. Then they got to turn right around tonight and play another divisional opponent in the Arizona Cardinals. And Pete Carroll says the Cardinals present challenges in all phases of the game.
This is a very difficult team we're playing. These guys challenge you on both sides of the football, schematically, athletically. They got a lot of juice on offense, and Kyler Murray is a fantastic football player that really you can't keep your eyes off him when you're watching them play. He's one of those guys, and so we've seen it before earlier this year that he's got a lot of magic to him. So we got to do a nice job with him, and boy, they got all kinds of guys we're dealing with. So it's a quick turnaround. Our guys are fired up to go for it, and we always love playing on Thursday night.
There is some good news for tonight's game. The possibility exists that Carlos Hyde and Chris Carson will play tonight, and that's good. We need a rushing attack because all the pressure over the last couple of weeks has been on the passing game. But Pete Carroll says Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, they'll still be involved.
Going to have to get them both involved to get that accomplished. That's exactly the issue. That if it works out as it did, between the two of them, they caught 17 passes or something like that, whatever it was last week, last time we played them. That's pretty good production from the position group. That's really all we care about. It's really not trying to feature anybody to get numbers or whatever. We just want to make sure that we're able to move the football and make a lot of yards and score some points and all that. I would love to see both guys going and being part of it. That's always our intent, and so we'll see what happens this week. But it's very much in the plans for both those guys to be involved.
You got to go all the way back to Pete Carroll's first couple of seasons in Seattle to find the last 3-game losing streak with the Seahawks. And, of course, the Seahawks have never lost 3 in a row with Russell Wilson as their quarterback. They're going to try to avoid 3 losses in a row tonight when they take on the Arizona Cardinals. CenturyLink Field, 5:20 kickoff. You can watch the game on Fox. You can watch the game on the NFL Network, or you can just skip the game altogether. And the Huskies season opener against Oregon State, Beaver running back Jamar Jefferson carried the ball 23 times, 133 yards, scored a touchdown. Husky coach Jimmy Lake says they're going to have another running back to deal with the Arizona Wildcats coming to town Saturday night, but an entirely different look.
The team that we're playing this week is going to be all spread out, and you're going to have to defend all these wide receivers, these fast guys out on the perimeter. And then when you stretch out and put everybody out there, they're going to hand this ball off to this big running back to try to slice through your front. That's probably going to be reduced by a couple of numbers. And so that's the biggest difference in terms of scheme-wise what we're going to see this week. But he is an excellent runner. He ran really good this last Saturday. We got another really good player on our hands that we have to stop, and we got to do better than we did last week. And hopefully we make that growth and improvement in week 2.
Huskies and Wildcats at 5 o'clock kickoff. That is Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock, Alaska Airlines Field at Husky Stadium. Broadcast live On Fox, the Cougars are heading down to the farm, taking on the Stanford Cardinal. That game is Saturday night at 8 o'clock. You can watch that game on FS1. Of course, the Cougars trying to bounce back from their loss to Oregon last week. It's Thursday night, and that means hockey night here on the NCWLIFE channel. Of course, we're going to have that virtual COVID town hall at 6 o'clock tonight live, and that'll be followed by the Wenatchee Wild and the Powell River Kings at 7. And for those of you who forget what it's like to have the whole family get together for Thanksgiving, here's a preview.
Fight going back behind, and everybody's piling in. Hastings takes a swing. Herzog's at the bottom of the pile. Chmielewski comes in and tackles someone from behind. Chorsky being grappled as well. Flying in is Slipik. Schmunk trying to yank Chmielewski off the pile. Meanwhile, more grappling continues.
Boys will be boys. You can watch the entire game tonight. 7 o'clock, Arch Ecker on the call. Tomorrow, we're going to broaden your cultural palette. We're going to have the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra's second concert of the season. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then back to sports on Saturday, wrestling at 2, racing at the WVSO at 6 on Saturday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Jefferson, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dan. Good to see you in the sports seat. Well, finally from us tonight, with westbound I-90 closed near Ritzville on Wednesday afternoon while crews did repairs on an overpass, one semi-driver went a little too fast on the detour. The Washington State Department of Transportation says the semi flipped over on the ramp on the Schessler Road exit, landing on its side. Neither the driver nor the washed-out crews in the work zone were injured. Let's check back in with our friend Dan. We just saw him for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much. As Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we'll be playing excerpts from tonight's town hall with the community leaders and healthcare officials addressing the COVID-19 pandemic, which, of course, we're in another surge here in North Central Washington. So some of the more important information from that town hall tonight will be airing tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll have your weekend weather forecast. We'll talk about the Seahawks and the Cardinals and everything you need to start your weekend. Live and local, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Expect to see you then. Jefferson, back to you.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website, ncwlife.com. And remember, though, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, or give us a call, 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. Don't forget your mask.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.